So we are live now. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining from. My name is Ngozi Fego of AfriFashion Promotion, and today I'm very excited because we are having Joan Jade. She's right here already with us. So we're going to be having a conversation with her. And the interesting thing is, this is like the first AfriFashion Spotlight we are doing. And I thought to myself, who else to start with than the delectable Joan Jade? So I met Joanne recently at Uganda, and I was like, okay, this should be the person I start with because she's really doing amazing stuff with her brand. She's doing amazing stuff, really, really amazing work with Joan Jade Dresses. So we're going to be running into it without wasting so much time. So right now, Joanne, please, can you introduce yourself to us? We'd like to meet you. Just tell us a very brief introduction about you and your brand. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ngozi. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning. My name is Joan Nantege, founder Joan Jade Dresses. I am a fashion designer in Uganda. My niche is dresses. I make dresses, only dresses.
All right. Nice to meet you. And it's interesting to know that you make only dresses. So I can't bring any other type of outfit to you. You found your niche and you
Yeah.
decided to be there. That's very good. Okay, so I would like to know, how did Joan Jade, the brand, how did it begin? What inspired the start of the brand, basically?
Growing up, I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. You see, like how children were asked when they were young, who do you want to be? They would be like, I want to be a nurse, a doctor. And I insisted, I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. So, and I had supportive parents. They didn't force any career onto me. They supported me throughout. They were like, go with what you really love. And from childhood, and when I count the years I've been a fashion designer, I actually count from childhood because I've always practiced with my dolls. I would hand stitch dresses for my dolls. Even at school, I would make dresses out of newspapers for my colleagues. I've always been a fashion designer and I've loved it.
Wow. So it's been in you right from time.
Yeah.
Okay, so but like officially, when did you really start the brand officially?
Officially, I started in 2021. That's when I established my business. Though I practiced from home from 28, I learned how to do the official stitching, like to run the machine in 2018. And from 2018, 2019, 2020, I was working from home. I would stitch for my friends, for my family, and I wouldn't make much out of it until I decided to make like a real business out of it. That was 2021 after COVID time. Then I established my business.
All right, that's good to hear. I'm tempted to ask another question around that, but
Okay.
let me hold it for later. All right. So when it comes to curation, like what inspires your creative process when you're designing gowns for people? Is it culture? Is it trend? Is it the person's preference? What inspires your creativity, basically?
Usually I design my dresses like from within. I even pray about it. Like when I see something has come out, I feel it like deep inside that that's really nice. I don't care about trends that because something is trending, then I should also repeat it. I love designing like right from my heart and soul. I just pray like God, please guide me. Let me make something nice today. And I come up with designs without even looking at Pinterest like inspirations, without having to copy other designers. It helps me like to stay creative. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned you don't have to copy other designers. I'm sure you know you have a thing or two to tell us about IP, but you could just chip one or two things about IP right now, Shara,
Oh
if you
yeah.
can.
Oh, by the way, in IP is so serious. Though in Africa we take it so lightly. More so in Uganda, people just copy and paste your designs, and it's like we don't have patents to protect us. and people are just learning about trademarking, including myself. Like the longest time I've been running my business, I didn't know anything about trademarks, IP, until I went out of my comfort zone. I started going to conferences like the one we had in Rwanda. I learned a lot in that conference. And when I returned, I was like, I should incorporate all that I've learned into my business. And right now I am registering my business the right way. I'm trademarking my logo, my business name, and I can't wait to see I can't wait to enjoy the benefits of running the business like formally, because usually when we learn such skills, sometimes
Yeah.
you get to think that it's enough because you have the skill, and we forget the background work that companies
Yeah.
do put in to maintain these companies. You just get to think that your skill will be enough to sustain your business, but you need to do the right registration. You need to run this formally. And creatives are struggling with that because they get to think their creativity is enough, their skill is enough, and they forget the right process they have to go through to maintain what they are building.
Yeah. You have a very, very valid point there. Because I'm also a creative myself and I have a lot of creatives around more often than not. I think it's just now that more people are coming to know that, okay, creativity alone is not enough. You need to learn the business, you need to learn structure, you need to know about legal part of your business and all of those things. So it's very important and it's good that, as you said, you're already looking for how to implement these things in your business.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's good to know. So my next question will be around two events that you recently did. Recently, one of the official designers for, and that's like the Miss Tourism and then the Miss Uganda. So do you care to share that experience? What was the experience like for you? And yeah, just kind of share the experience. And what did it mean for your brand, basically? So you can just do both for us.
This is like my third year doing pageants.
Oh,
Before I did one, my very first time to dress those queens like for a pageant, I was so excited. I was so happy. Trust me, I spent the whole night like doing final touch-ups on dresses, and as time goes on, you get used to it, and it has given my business the visibility in my country that it needs, because those pageants usually they have a big audience, especially Miss Uganda. Like, having such a big stage to showcase your work, it is a blessing, and it does a lot for my business when it comes to visibility and marketing. That's what I've achieved from pageantry. And usually this, you pick your own inspiration. Though for Miss Tourism, they usually have like a theme for a year. They would say like my culture. So you get to design with such a theme. And when I was creating my creation for Miss Tourism, I was inspired by the rising of the sun in the hills of in the east, Karamoja. Like, I looked at a particular region and I was inspired by nature. So I tried to look around for fabrics that would bring out what I really wanted, and I couldn't find them like on market. So I had to create my own fabric. I had to incorporate the ancient way of making fabrics, and I used tie and dye to create my own hues, the colors, the way that I really wanted them to come out. So
yeah.
I was meant to create like 5 pieces. I had to tie and dye. Then I had to add like a modern touch to it. I did some beadwork. I added pearls so that it doesn't look so ancient, but it's a modern look like anyone would want to put on for any occasion. But still, it tells a story.
Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I think you've kind of okay. The next question I have for you is basically what is like one of the most memorable designs you ever did? What was the thought process behind it? Why did you like that particular creation the most? So you could just share that.
Every year since I dress Miss Uganda, like I dress them like through the pageantry, and then at the end of the year they have to attend Miss World. So whenever we our queen is going for Miss World, Joan Jade does make like 10 dresses for her, like a minimum of 10 dresses for her to wear for Miss World. And last year our queen won in my dress. Like she won something in my dress.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, 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 okay. That was really exciting.
It was beauty with a purpose. She won
Wow.
beauty with a purpose in my dress. Even the previous year, our queen won beauty with a purpose in my dress. So whenever I see them, like everyone is cheering, and then this person is wearing my gown, I'd be so happy. I'd be like, yeah, I dress queens, I dress winners, and I will never forget such dresses because someone had to experience something great. Like that's a huge milestone for them, and they
Yeah.
are. It's like
Himself,
you had a
country.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in your gown, like you, it's like you're part of their story. When they are
Yeah.
telling that story later on, they'll look back and they'll see a dress that they got from Joan Jade. So such moments, I treasure them, and I treasure those pieces. I love them.
I can imagine. I can really imagine. Okay, so I think my next question would be about you do affordable luxury, right? If I'm wrong, you
Yeah.
can just quickly correct me. You do affordable luxury. So how do you define that, and how do you deliver quality that is still reasonably priced or affordable enough for queens to wear? So by queens now, I'm sure it's not only the queens on the red carpet, but I want to believe that every woman that wears your piece is considered a queen. You just run us through that. Do you get my question?
Mm, yes, I do. I do. So as I ran this business, I thought of a way of how I can serve like the community and how I can stay sustainable. When it comes to bespoke, it can be costly because it takes time
Yeah.
to create, which makes
Yes.
it expensive. And people will like they love these dresses. They can come in your inbox with a Pinterest picture. They want to recreate the thing, but they hardly know the cost of creating one thing, the time it does
Yes.
take. They'll
Yes.
just say you're expensive and then they move on. I was like, how can I just make these people like get to wear these dresses like at a low cost? I thought
Mm.
of hiring out the dresses that I make. They are costly, but if someone just gets to hire it, it's it gets cheaper.
Mm.
So we hire dresses. Like instead of selling it to you at such a cost, you would hire it like at a cheaper cost. Because at the end of the day, actually, we don't repeat these gowns. Like you would want a dress to just wear maybe for your wedding. You will not wear it again. Many people don't
True.
want to keep those dresses, so you just make it easy for them. You're going to experience this luxury, and you will just hire it. And when you return it, I get now to change it maybe to something. If I don't want it to be seen again, you just change the same fabric to something else for another queen to experience the luxury. And they don't have like to break an arm and a leg to just afford one dress. That's how I handle it, and that's why now I'm running myself as affordable luxury because I get to hire out my pieces. You experience something at a cheaper cost, and then you return it. That way, we stay sustainable because also as we create, we don't want our dresses since someone can't wear it again. Some like end up, um,
Being discarded or something. Mm.
yeah. And the fashion industry has done a great job when it comes to
Waste.
pollution,
Yeah.
waste. We don't know how to manage waste. And the only way as designers we can stay sustainable is by encouraging recycling,
Yes.
repeating of clothes, what you like you can hire instead of, because lately people we are racing against fast fashion. Slow fashion and fast fashion are coexisting, but it's like fast fashion is taking most of our clients,
Yes.
and
Yes.
people no longer want to repeat clothes. Everyone thinks they are a celebrity. They wear one dress for an event, they don't want to repeat it.
And that's it. On to the
Yeah,
next. And it's not even
So
sustainable for even sorry to cut you there. I don't even think it's very sustainable for the wearers because you're putting a lot of financial burden on yourself. Because if you want to keep buying new pieces, new luxury pieces, they are really
yeah,
expensive. So if you keep buying new luxury pieces week on week, you're spending so much.
it is
It's not
costly.
affordable. Yes.
Costly to them, to our nature, because at the end of the day, they just discard these dresses like anyhowly. But if, as a fashion designer, you come up with an option of just hiring it out, then you repurpose your fabric. It can run like for years without being thrown anywhere as trash. And
That,
doing that as a fashion designer, it does satisfy my soul.
that's a very good initiative. So my next question will probably be around the fact that what is the receptiveness of people to hiring dresses? I know that in the climate I'm in, some people feel some kind of way, like hiring a dress that probably has been worn by someone else. They're like, oh, why do I have to wear something someone else has worn before? So how do you manage that, or how do you? And what's the reception generally when you tell people, oh, come hire the dress instead of buying it? It's what's the receptiveness
People
like?
like people love to feel special. Like when you see a dress on my Instagram and you want to hire it, I hardly give it to you the way it is unless you like it like that. Because there are people who want it that way. So if I get a client who wouldn't want to repeat the same design, I'm always open to making a few adjustments on the dress. I would alter it, like make a few changes so that you get that feeling like you are the first person to wear this design. No one has worn it before. So we usually work with clients, we listen to them, and we just make adjustments to their preference.
Oh, that's a very good one. Well done to you and your team. So the next question I would have is around what challenges have you had to experience as a Ugandan designer? What are some challenges you currently face as a designer, especially a Ugandan designer?
In Uganda, fabrics are a challenge. Trust me, I do envy like Nigerian designers. It's like you guys have everything. Like you can see a certain thing like on a designer's page from Nigeria, and you get to look for it. Like on the Ugandan market, you can't find it. Also, like the our taxes, like when it comes to bringing in fabrics, we are
Yeah.
taxed like the taxes here are huge. Like where you might travel, you want to source your own luxury fabrics, things to use. They would hamper you with the taxes, and you would come back like you just now have to support the local market, but the local market doesn't bring what you
Have
want.
as much variety as you would want.
Yes, there are things I see Nigerian designers use that I've never seen on our market, and you just be like, maybe let me try to get it from Nigeria. But then they get to tax it, and now you're like, it's raising the cost of the dress. Now the person can't afford the dress. You just have now to keep up with whatever they bring. You work with that to serve your clients. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a
So I
big
think
challenge.
the next thing would be how can you manage that? Because that seems like a major issue or something that could hamper your own creativity. Because I want to believe that there are some things that you probably might not be able to readily do, maybe because you don't have some of the machineries. So how do you manage that? I remember you mentioned that when you were doing, I think was it for was it Miss Uganda or Miss Origin that you had to like design your own fabric by using tie and dye. I'm guessing that is
Yeah,
one of the ways you're trying to manage this.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. you
So
you
correct.
just have to improvise. You improvise with
Yeah.
what we have, and you try to do illusions. Like sometimes we do fabric illusion, like manipulation. You try to create something out of what you have.
All right. Okay, so my next question is on collaboration. So I have gone through your pages and I've seen that you have a lot of celebrities, influencers, and different people wearing your pieces. So how do you go about what's your take on collaborations and how do they actually impact your work? So collaborations could be any form of collaboration, either with influencers, events, whatever it is. So just you can take it from there.
I do believe that numbers do have a great impact when it comes to marketing and visibility. So if an influencer has like a big following, that's good for your business. And if they can market what you do, because sometimes we just learn how to make these dresses, but we are not so good at marketing. And there are people who are good at marketing, but they can't make the dresses. So when we collaborate, each one of us gets to do what they do best, and we achieve our goals. So I do believe in collaborations. They do push us. They have done much for my business. So there are bad influencers and there are good influencers. There are people who are not good at what they do. They just maybe jump on what's trending, like influencing is now trending. They may also like try to join, but they don't deliver. Sometimes they don't deliver. We don't see results. We work with them, but we don't see results. But if you work with a certain influencer and you get results, let's say your sales increase, and you would want to work with the same person over and over again. So I do like collaborations, and I encourage people to go for them. Just collaborate with people who are doing good.
All right. All right. So you are for collaborations,
Yeah.
but rather, so I'm guessing that you probably want to now vet the people you work with or you collaborate with, so you don't end up like giving pieces like what you just said. Some influencers, or they are not actually good at the marketing of the pieces. They just collect the pieces and you don't get any results. I'm guessing you probably be more conscious of who you're trying to collaborate with to ensure maximum returns for your brand as well, right?
Yeah, and some people, like, it depends also on your target market. Someone might have like a huge following, but that's not your target market. Sometimes their following
Mm,
can't afford, or they don't even find what you make, like it doesn't speak to them. So
yeah.
you wouldn't just go with anyone just because they have a following. Like, it depends on them. What's your target market, and does this person help me reach my target market? They don't even need to do like a lot of talking. Them just wearing the piece, like, it makes now their following to believe in your work, and that would come through.
All right. So first off, just be sure that whoever we should be sure that whoever we're collaborating with has your target audience in their following. So it's not like a waste of your time
And
and
you
effort.
have the same values. Like, some people
Hmm.
have values that don't align with your vision. Like,
Yes.
yeah, that should also be put in consideration. You shouldn't just collaborate with anyone just because they have a following. Some people are promoting things we don't believe in, or that would just put your brand down.
True,
Yeah.
true. But that's very valid because if your values don't align, and
Mm,
let's say your potential customer sees your pieces on that person, they could just assume that, oh, this is what this brand is about, and be like, okay, I
yes.
don't be
Yeah.
associated with this type of person. So it could hurt your brand if you don't vet the people you collaborate with as well. That's very good to know. All right, so my next question is about the Ugandan fashion scene and what currently excites you within the fashion industry in Uganda, and where do you think it's heading?
What usually moves me is the inspiration. Because as a young girl, there are designers I looked up to growing up. And every time I go like to fashion shows, and then someone comes to you and they're like, "You do inspire me." I'm like, wow, I'm doing the Lord's work. I love it when I get to inspire someone to go for what they really love. And they be like, I was hesitant about joining fashion, but you do make me love it. You make me believe in that career. And I'm like, just join it. So for me, I feel like I am fulfilling like a purpose I was created for. Because if I can inspire someone to go for what they are meant to become or for what they love, it is so fulfilling to me. So the fashion industry here, it's like we have many creatives, we have upcoming designers, and They are really doing their best. They are doing their best. And I love it when I see them winning. When you see a designer maybe dressing someone in a Netflix series, and you're like, yeah, we are holding the flag and we are just aiming higher. We are pushing. I would be so proud to see like a Ugandan designer involved, like waving the flag high. It does make me happy, and they are really trying. They are pushing. They are pushing their talents, their skills. We also train each other. Like personally, I have classes at my workshop. The fact that you get to share your talent with upcoming designers and you're not keeping it all to yourself, it's like you have good intentions for the industry. And it's not only me, many designers do that. They train, they mentor, like they want to see the industry grow and grow. Yeah.
All right. So I think you just said something around. I think did you mention purpose or something like that? So my question is around. This is just a quick one. Do you consider yourself a religious person? Does your religion, tradition, whichever it is, have any impact on your designs or yeah, just
When it comes to religion, I would want to I would want to encourage modesty, because it's a virtue that we are trying, like the Gen Zs are kind of throwing it away, and it's now us like to insist like you can still look elegant in a gown. We don't have to be so indecent, like to like fashion can be modest.
yeah.
So, and that would be attached like to religion somehow. Some might think that they are being modest because of religion, and I feel like how you dress, you address how you dress. Like
Yeah.
the things you put on, it's like you're communicating. When you show people, like when you show up in a certain way, people will take you in such a way. If you show up in something that is elegant, people will treat you with elegance, and they'll get, it's like they even get to concentrate more on what you have to offer, like your skills, because you're not flashing your body around with what you're wearing. Now they get to focus on what you really
Value.
have to offer. Yeah, on your value and what you're putting out there. And that would sell you more than anything.
All right. Thank you for sharing. So we are encouraged to be what to dress how we want to be addressed. I think that's like an age-old saying that you should dress the way
Yeah.
you want to be dressed. So,
Yeah.
so my next question is around travel and exposure. So we met in Rwanda, and neither of us is from Rwanda. And I think I've also seen that you've had to like travel to other countries as well. So my question will be around what role has travel and had on you as a creative or as a designer, and what exposure did traveling add to your exposure? What is different, or what has traveling added to you as a person and as a brand owner, basically?
I do encourage traveling. If you don't explore, you want to know what you don't know. You want to know what you're missing. You want to know what's happening in another country. I do appreciate those moments when I get out of Uganda, and I love that moment we had in Rwanda. Like I was living the best time of my life, because you're in another country, but you're collaborating with people like with the like mind, and you're sharing ideas. It is like, trust me, you'll never stay the same. And if you'll never know what you're missing until you step out. Like my initial years, I spent most of my time in a workshop, like always up to something, delivering, stitching dresses, what. Until this year, I was like, actually from last year, I was like, it's now time for me to actually get out there. I learn what exactly is happening in the fashion world. I
Yeah.
see what other designers do. I was inspired. I was inspired. Like every time I travel and I come back with a different mind. I come back with a different approach. and I love it. I would encourage that, like for any creative, because whenever you're in one space and like you're saying the same things, you will never know what might change your life really. Because now look at us, we met because we all left our countries, and here we are. So I would really encourage exploring, like get out of your comfort zone, attend fashion shows, attend conferences. If you can't travel yet, just look for conferences in your country. Like all those events people do organize, like networking, just network. There are many
Yeah.
things I've been achieved because I know someone who knows someone who knows someone. But I met this someone because I was outside. This person didn't meet me like at home. So I do
Yeah.
encourage getting out and you explore.
Yeah. So speaking about myself, I don't think I'm someone that is typically like to go out, but I know they are very necessary. So I find a way around it to make sure that at least I can meet with people, I can have these interactions, I can learn new things, I can expand my mind, and it's very, very important, which is kind of like everything you just mentioned. So I think this is gonna be my last, or maybe not last question. So what's the vision? Where do you see Joan Jade Dresses in the next 5 years? What are you seeing?
I would love to see this brand grow out of Uganda. Like, I would love to have stores in different countries. And that's a dream I've been held on to for the longest time, like from when I started. And it even inspires me like to get out there. Like I would travel to another country just to see how is the fashion business here. What are they missing? What can I bring here? And it will come with growth. It will come with time. Maybe right now we can't achieve it, but we have the vision and we are holding on to that vision tightly. It will be achieved. That's my goal. Like in the next 5 years, we should have a store somewhere in another country. Even if we just start with Africa, I would be so happy about that.
Right. So we should be looking forward to seeing Joan Jade Dresses in another country that is not Uganda. So having a
Yeah.
branch.
I'll be happy to
Okay.
see it in South Africa. You see it in Nairobi. You just have a
Wow.
store. Yeah.
I'll I'll be looking forward to
Like
seeing that.
actually,
I didn't get
what those big brands are doing, like you would see a Zara store in another country, you would see a Chanel.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we want to push like fashion to such a level like it can go global, it can be international.
Yes, it can. It can. So thank you very much. So I have a few questions. And these ones are going to just be very fast. So they are called quick fire sprints. It's about like 6 questions. So what's your favorite fabric to design with? Sharp, 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 sharp.
There is a design, there is a fashion. I mean, I love laces. I love
Laces.
because I get to cut out flowers. I can just sometimes I can leave it plain. I can bead it up. I love laces. They have a lot of details. Like they usually have a lot going on that you can just pick out a certain thing and you just work with that.
Make something else out of it. All right. All right. So what is tea or coffee?
Lately, coffee. Ever since I went to Rwanda, I love coffee.
Oh, their coffee is very nice. So
Yeah, I carried coffee with me. I love it.
okay. So who's your dream celebrity client?
Beyonce.
Beyonce. Queen B. All right. Who is the Ghanaian artist you love to dress?
Sheba Kalunji. I've not dressed her yet. I would love to dress her.
Okay. I hope she gets to see this and hears this.
Hopefully, I'll be happy.
All right. Lace or satin? You already said lace. So
Yes.
flat or heel when walking?
Heels. I love heels.
When walking.
Oh, long distances, I would go for flats, but I usually love to show up in heels. They just make me look taller, and I love
So
moving around like a model.
when clients, heel still.
When I'm handling clients, I can do sometimes I do kitten heels, like small heels, Though sometimes when I'm so busy, I just go for flats. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So
So which bridal gowns or evening wears, which are you picking? Bridal or
evening
evening?
wear, evening wear.
Okay.
It usually comes with a lot of color. Like you have a variety to choose from, and gowns do
True.
limit you. You go white, off white, cream.
True.
Yeah.
All right. My last sprint question is a Kampala runway or international runway?
International runway.
Gosh, I
Cause
was
I'm
expecting
best.
that. All right, all right, all right. So nice having this chat with you. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm sure that would have some young designers that would watch this even later because it will be on our page, and they'll be able to pick one, two, or three things from some of the things you've shared so far. So thank you so much for coming on. So this is going to be like the last question I have for you. So if you have any final word to give to an upcoming African designer, what would that be? It could be anything. Just final word.
Just don't be afraid of sharing your talent. You might look around and you're like, what am I going to do that has not been done before? Usually we tell that like everything has been done, and it's true. Most of the things like have been done, but people would love your touch. So please join. Just come. Just show up. Like there are people who will support you because of you. They will love to see. The world is waiting for your touch. So don't just pull out just because now it looks like we are many out there. Maybe it looks like we are doing the same thing and there isn't any change you're going to bring. Trust me, there is a lot of change you can bring. So just go for it, and the world is waiting for your touch.
Thank you so much, Joanne. I'm seeing a comment that says we love Joan Jade Dresses. Yes, we do. Thank you so much for coming on here. So till next week, we hope to, or we'll be doing these sessions every week, every Wednesday, speaking to one African designer to hear their perspective and all of that. So thank you for coming on today, and we'll see you outside the
Thank
camera. I'll see you next
you.
week.
Thank you for having me.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Okay. So I think we've ended the stream.